Hi, welcome to my podcast. And in this video, I will communicate with the OpenAI around the five topic of AI. So let's get started. First, enter the voice mode. Hello, can you hear me?
Absolutely, I can hear you loud and clear. Feel free to just talk, and I'll be right here listening.
So we will start to communicate around the topic I send you.
Absolutely, we can dive right into that. Whatever topic you send over or have in mind, just go ahead and we'll chat it out. Yeah, that's definitely an interesting trend. We're seeing AI tools, including Claude, really move from just being a conversational helper to more of a hands-on productivity partner. The idea of knowledge bases and having a kind of memory to pull from definitely makes these AIs a lot more useful for ongoing tasks and projects. So yeah, it's a cool shift.
I see have very popular around this the cloud co-work, but I still don't want to use it. What is actually productive?
Yeah, I totally get that. It can be a little abstract at first. When they say productive in this context, they basically mean that instead of just chatting back and forth, the AI is geared up to help you actually get things done. So it's not just answering questions, but maybe pulling in info from those knowledge bases, handling little tasks, or automating steps for you. Think of it as an AI that's kind of rolling up its sleeves and trying to act like a little personal assistant, not just a chatbot.
Okay. Let me review this the topic. What does talking?
Sure, that sounds good. Take your time to review it, and if there's anything else you want to unpack or any other angle you want to dive into, just let me know.
Because recently I want to I always want to let AI to help me fix the poster work. When I have editing a video, I need to manually to post them to X to YouTube to the a lot of the platform. But this upload operation is very noise and so I very need AI can do this uh, ma-
Yeah, yeah, I totally get that. It can be a hassle to juggle all those uploads by hand. The nice thing is, a lot of these new AI productivity features are heading in that direction, helping to automate those repetitive tasks like posting to multiple platforms. So hopefully, before too long, you'll have a tool that can just handle that whole upload workflow for you and save you the headache.
I don't know this the coworker it can control my computer it also whether it can control the browser because the whole upload operations happen in the browser.
Yeah, that's a good question. So typically something like Claude Cowork or similar AI tools won't literally take control of your computer or your browser the way, say, remote desktop software does. Instead, they'd rely on integrations or APIs. So if a platform has an API or some way for the AI to interact with it, then it can help automate those uploads. But it's not going to just drive your computer directly. So you'd still need some kind of connection or a tool that lets it plug into your browser workflow. Well, once that's set up, it can definitely make the whole process a lot smoother.
So if
And just
you have a change to using the cowork, what are you using it to do to replace your normally the work process?
Honestly, if I got my virtual hands on a tool like that, I'd probably use it to streamline all those little routine things that eat up time. So for me, it might be automating posting stuff, maybe helping out with drafting and scheduling content, or even just organizing some of the information I need to reference often. It's kind of like having a little digital helper to handle the repetitive parts of the workflow, so you can focus on the more interesting stuff.
Okay, so we enter the next topic.
Absolutely, let's do it. Just let me know what the next topic is, and we'll jump right in. Oh, that's a really neat angle. So basically, you're talking about how researchers have kind of found this dial inside the model's neural space that lets them tune how much it acts like a helpful assistant versus, say, a quirky character. And it's pretty fascinating that this assistant persona is kind of baked into the model from all the data it saw, not just something that get added on at the end. It's like tuning a personality slider to decide how professional or how whimsical the AI is going to be. Really cool stuff.
Oh my god, this top is to the how to say 学术的 in English.
Yeah, I get what you mean. It's a bit on the academic or technical side. Definitely a bit more abstract, but no worries. We can always break it down more or steer towards something a bit more down at earth whenever you like.
Yes, I see this topic is too academic. So I let 知之甚少 how to say in the English.
You could say something like, let's keep it practical or let's keep it simple. Basically, we'll just bring it down to earth and keep things nice and easy.
Yes, no very literals.
Exactly. We'll keep it nice and down to earth. No big fancy theories, just the basics. So whenever you're ready, we'll just jump into something a bit more straightforward. Oh, that's a pretty neat and much more hands-on topic. So basically, Shaper is all about taking your normal everyday photos or little video clips and turning them into actual 3D scenes. It's kind of like giving you the ability to walk around a room with a camera and then end up with a full 3D model of that space. And the cool part is it can even use little bits of text descriptions to help it along. So yeah, it's a lot more practical and fun, kind of bridging the real world with the 3D digital one.
I see the Meta is a AI player, but I less know any product of it. So how do you look this the phenomenon?
Yeah, it's kind of an interesting shift, right? Meta's definitely been putting its foot in the AI space in all sorts of behind the scenes ways. Even if they don't have a super flashy consumer AI product like some other companies, they're definitely doing a lot of research and building tools that might not always make the headlines. So it's kind of like they're one of those quiet players doing a lot of the groundwork that might show up in other products down the line. It's definitely interesting to watch.
I don't know. Know less about the AI generated the 3D image. What it can apply?
Yeah, sure. So basically, the idea of these AI tools that generate 3D images is that you can use them for anything from creating game environments to designing virtual reality spaces, or even just visualizing products and places without having to build them physically. So if you're, for example, someone who's working on a game or you want to do some kind of architectural mock-up, you can just take a bunch of pictures and let the AI turn them into a 3D model. It's really handy for anyone dabbling in virtual design or just wanting to bring a 3D concept to life without a lot of technical heavy lifting.
哦，我去，啥意思？哦，so I think it's very useful for the developer games.
Yeah, absolutely. It's definitely a big plus for developers, especially those working on games, VR, or any kind of design work. It just makes it so much easier to turn real world images into something you can actually manipulate in 3D. So, yeah, definitely a useful tool in the developer toolkit.
Okay, so we dive the next topic.
Absolutely. Let's keep the momentum going. Just let me know what the next topic is, and we'll jump right into it. Yeah, that's a really interesting and actually pretty practical topic. It's kind of like putting gentle guide rails on the AI so it doesn't wander off into some unintended personality just because a conversation gets a little weird or someone tries to get it to role play as something it's not supposed to. So in practice, it's a neat way to keep the AI stable and reliable, making sure it stays helpful and doesn't go off the rails even if the chat gets a little intense.
These are very useful, even though it's bit of abstract, because a lot of time I keep the long context of the AI. It must happening some mistake because it's affected by the previous communication. So I have no way to open a new chat to solve this problem.
Yeah, exactly. It's super handy for those longer conversations where you really want the AI to stay consistent and not get influenced by something that happened like 20 messages ago. It basically helps keep things on track without you having to constantly start a brand new chat just to clear the slate. So, yeah, even if it's a little abstract, it's a really practical feature for keeping things running smoothly.
So we see the last topic.
Absolutely. Let's tackle the last topic then. Just let me know what it is and we'll wrap it up nicely. Yeah, that's definitely an important angle. It's like, even if no one's trying to break the AI on purpose, just the nature of certain deep or emotional conversations can nudge it out of its assistant lane. So having some understanding of those triggers is really key to making sure the AI stays supportive and safe, especially in those sensitive contexts. It's all about keeping things on track and making sure the AI doesn't accidentally go off into territory that could be harmful.
About every topic in today discussing both are not be friendly for me because I just know something of the first topic.
Yeah, no worries at all. Sometimes these topics can be a bit of a deep dive, and it's totally fine if they're not super familiar right away. The cool part is you're picking up bits and pieces as we go. And if you ever want to revisit any of them or break them down even more simply, I'm here for it.
How to express and 我不太熟悉今天的这些话题。
You could say something like, I'm not really that familiar with these topics we covered today, or just, these subjects are a bit new to me. That way, you're basically just saying you're still getting to know them, and that's totally fine.
I'm not really that familiar with this topic we covered today.
Perfect. That sounds like a great way to put it. It's clear and simple, and it gets the point across. And it's totally okay to not be super familiar with everything right off the bat.
I know expression the two object is using the bots, but if the 3 or 4, how to this expression?
Yeah, absolutely. So if you're talking about two things, you'd say both. But if you have three or more, you can say something like all three of them, or all four of them, or just all of these topics. It's just a little tweak, but it helps when you're mentioning more than two things.
Of this topic. I know a word is a pronunciation amount, so how to use it?
Sure. The word among is what you'd use when you're talking about three or more items. For example, you could say, I can't choose among these three topics, or let's divide the task among the four of us. Basically, it's just a handy way to talk about distribution or choice when there are more than two things involved.
I can choose amongst these 3 topics. Let's divide the task amongst the 4. Can you give me more use case to let me familiar of this amount?
Absolutely. So a few more examples might be something like, we need to find a fair way to share the cake among all the kids at the party, or they were discussing the plan among themselves before making a decision. Basically, anytime you have a group of three or more people or things and you're talking about distributing something or making a choice within that group, among is your go-to word.
We need to find a fair way to share the. We need to find a fair way to share the cake among all the kids at the party. They are
Yeah.
discussing. Okay, they are discussing the plan among themselves.
Exactly. You got the hang of it. It's just a handy little word for talking about anything spread out across a group. So feel free to use it whenever you're dealing with more than two people or things. You're all set.
I still don't to be understanding the amount to apply in the distribution.
No problem at all. It can take a little practice. Just remember that among is really just for when you have more than two items or people. For example, we need to find a way to share the responsibilities among the three of us. It's just about dividing or distributing within a group of three or more. So you're on the right track. Just keep using it and it'll feel natural soon enough.
Okay, thank you. You'll be my English teacher in short period, and we can continue in the tomorrow.
You're very welcome. I'm always happy to help out, and we can definitely continue tomorrow. Just let me know whenever you're ready, and we'll pick it up from there.